Now, what all is at the celebration stage area of Cedar Point? Today, we're talking about every single thing, from food to drinks to rides. So, come along with me. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. Let's go! Initially here, our very first thing is Coaster's Diner. Coaster's Diner is a fantastic place where I just ate. It has some outdoor seating. It also has some great views of Corkscrew going right past it. Often there's even a group that sings right out here where you can actually listen to them singing while you are eating. And it is a fantastic place to grab a meal. Surprisingly, it's gotten better and better and better. Last year, didn't love it. The year before that, didn't love it. This year, it cracks my top 2, which is surprising, but I love it. So let's go. In closest proximity to the celebration stage is Dive-In. Dive-In is a great destination for drinks. I wouldn't say it's the best, and it does often get very long lines because it is kind of right where everything is. Not my favorite bar on property, and it is all like pre-made drinks, but if you just want to come and grab a beer or want to get some sort of a special thing like Mr. Midnight, definitely go for it. We've also got this seating area right over here, right next to Valraven. You can actually look at it as it goes straight by through those windows. Definitely a nice place to come and grab a seat. Not like a major draw in the park, but if you need a spot to sit down, or if you just want to grab a seat kind of close enough that you can see a show late on at night, either the Monsters Are Coming or the Shrieks, then that's a place where you very easily could do that. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn, and have something while you relax and wait for the show. That is not a bad way to do it. Speaking of the stage, here we are. We're within the stage area. Generally, these are not here. These are just Halloween things, but this stage is here. We've got the Shrieks. We had Monster Mash last year. We had some extra shows this year also. I think in total there have been 3 different shows like 3 different night shows that they've had, but they definitely had the celebration parade and fireworks and all of that kind of stuff that happened this year. They also did that last year for the 50th anniversary. I have loved everything that they've done on this main stage. It's very fun. The only problem is it's a little bit open to the elements. So during the days, it gets very, very hot often. And in the falls, it gets fairly cold. But that's just kind of what you have when you come to Cedar Point. It is my hope that this stage could change spaces and that it could go out this way instead. On the other side of this wall, there is a ton of space, and you could easily have an entire arena back here where it wouldn't impede the flow of traffic through this walkway. So I would love to see that happen. I don't know if it's going to or not. That's kind of my dream for Cedar Point. It's certainly not something that's been rumored or anything like that. But for right now, this area is an area where you can get vehicles in to Cedar Point, and you also have some food trucks that they do every year here. Now, food trucks are not on the meal plan, so I rarely eat at them, but if you don't have the meal plan and you want to find a decent meal, this is definitely a place to come. You're going to also find similar costs. I highlighted that in the food video for Cedar Point. So go check that out if you would like to. I'll try to link it down below. Some beer that's not usually here, but we do have Lake Erie and Cedar Point Railroad. Who doesn't love a good railroad? I certainly do. It is a great way to get back to the back of the park. Although I think it runs a little bit less frequently, and certainly at night during Halloween weekends it doesn't run at all. One more of my favorite rides here at Cedar Point, even though it is definitely not one of the most exciting of the fair that they have here, is Iron Dragon. I've loved this ride ever since I was a kid, ever since I was a teenager coming to Cedar Point with my youth group. I think this ride is a blast simply because it is, to me, fairly smooth, and because it is a nice, easy ride. Also, the line is almost never as long as it says. This line right now is not actually fully 30 minutes. It is probably about 20 at this moment. So it's a good one to get into if you want something that's fairly fast. Even when the line is horrible, it's still not horrible, which is good. As we saw in the food video, there's so many Dippin' Dots. Dippin' Dots is everywhere here at Cedar Point. So if you're here in the summertime, definitely don't worry about having to try to find you a Dippin' Dots. It's every like 20 feet you got another Dippin' Dots. Also, we have the Dragons Inn here. This is just your standard theme park fare: chicken tenders, cheese on a stick, hot dog on a stick, and it is very good. It is more of that snacky kind of a feel, although I think they may accept the meal plan for chicken tenders. However, it's closed right now. In addition to the Dragons Inn, you do have a little bit of an area where you can sit here. You also have these Cedar Point history signs. You're going to see these all over the park, but this one specifically talks about Frontier Trail and the way that it was set up, what happened from 1971. Before 1971, you couldn't take this trail. You had to take water to get back to Frontier Town because Frontier Town still did exist, but you had to either take the water or there was a sky ride that went right by here all the way back to Frontier Town. But right now we have Rougarou right in front of me here. Rougarou is a great ride. It is kind of rough and it does kind of hurt. It is also another ride that generally the line is much smaller than it may appear, especially as far as what the line says. Now, right now, I see a ton of people getting in line. Like a lot of people. I don't think I've ever seen that many people get in line all at one time before. So that is something that I suppose you may want to look out for, but it is a great ride, a fantastic ride here at Cedar Point. Rougarou, however, did start out as Mantis. Mantis was a stand-up coaster that hurt like hell if you were a man and you did not want to ride it.